My wife said, I'm going on a girls' trip with my high school ex who's just a friend now. I said, enjoy yourself. Then I called her sister to ask about the all-girls trip. Her sister's confusion made my wife's phone ring within minutes. I, 32 male, was sitting on the couch when my wife Cassie, 30, dropped the news about her upcoming girls' trip. So I'm going on a little vacation next weekend, she said, not looking up from her phone. Just a girls' thing, spa treatments, wine, catching up. Cool, who's going? I asked, genuinely happy she was taking some time for herself. She'd been stressed with her new marketing job. Oh, just the usual crew. My sister Paige, our friend Tanya, and Jordan. I paused. Jordan? Your ex Jordan? She rolled her eyes so hard I thought they might fall out. God, not this again. Jordan's been one of my best friends since high school. We dated for like 6 months when we were 17. That was 13 years ago, Brett. She's practically one of the girls now. Shoo? You know what I meant. Don't be so insecure. Jordan, the guy she dated senior year. The guy who still commented fire emojis on her Instagram posts. The guy who just happened to text her whenever we had a fight. Where are you going? I asked. This cute cabin resort about 3 hours away. Very relaxing, very platonic, very much none of your business who I vacation with. She said it with this tone like I was being controlling for even asking. Like I was some possessive husband for being uncomfortable with my wife going on a trip with her ex-boyfriend. All right, I said. Have fun. She looked surprised. Really? You're not going to make this into a thing? Nope, you're right. I trust you. She kissed me on the cheek. See, this is why I married you. You're so mature about things. That night, after Cassie went to bed, I sat up thinking. Something felt off. Not just the Jordan thing, but the whole setup. Since when did her sister Paige do spa weekends? Last I heard, she was saving every penny for her wedding next year. Friday came around. Cassie packed her bag while humming some song. She threw in a new dress I'd never seen before, some lingerie that definitely wasn't for a girls' weekend, and enough makeup for a month. That's a lot of stuff for 2 nights, I observed. Well, we might go out to some nice restaurants. I want options. She left around noon, kissing me goodbye like everything was normal. I waited exactly 1 hour, then called Paige. Hey, Brett? She answered cheerfully. What's up? Hey, just wanted to know if you need me to feed your cat while you're gone this weekend. Gone? I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally at Target right now buying organizational bins. Why? My stomach dropped, but I kept my voice level. Oh, my bad. I thought you were going on that girls' trip with Cassie. What girls' trip? The spa weekend? With Cassie, Tanya, and Jordan? There was a long pause. Brett? Jordan and Cassie? Are you serious right now? That's what she told me. Oh, hell no, that lying little, give me 5 minutes. She hung up. 3 minutes later, my phone buzzed with a text from Cassie. Why are you checking up on me? Paige just called me screaming. This is so embarrassing. You're being psycho. I texted back. Weird how Paige is calling you from Target when she's supposed to be at a spa with you. No response. 5 minutes later, Paige called me back. So get this. She's now claiming I misunderstood and that I was never actually invited. She just mentioned I might come. She's saying you're being controlling and paranoid. What about Tanya? I just texted her. She's at work, has no idea what I'm talking about. So it was just Cassie and Jordan on a romantic weekend getaway, while I sat at home like an idiot. Brett, I'm so sorry. I had no idea she would. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna do exactly what she told me to do, not make it into a thing. I hung up and got to work. Update 1. Y'all wanted to know what happened? Buckle up. First thing I did was check our phone bill online. Wouldn't you know it, there were hundreds of texts between Cassie and Jordan over the past month. Late night calls lasting hours, all while I was asleep or at work. Then I did something that some of you might judge me for, but I don't care. I logged into her Google account. We share passwords for transparency. Her idea from when we got married. Her location history showed she wasn't at any spa resort. She was at a rental house near a lake. The booking was under Jordan's name, but get this. It was booked for 2 guests with a romantic package that included champagne and rose petals. I screenshot everything. Then I went on Facebook. Cassie had blocked me from seeing her stories, didn't even know that was possible, but she forgot about my work account that she didn't know existed. Her story from Friday night? Her and Jordan doing shots. Caption: What happens at the lake, stays at the lake. Saturday morning, she posted a picture of breakfast in bed. 2 plates. 2 mimosas. Caption: Perfect morning with my favorite person. The comments were interesting. Her coworker thought this was a girls' trip? It is. Jordan's basically one of the girls, lol. Best weekend ever, baby, baby. I screenshot that too. But here's where it gets really good. Cassie's best friend Tanya started blowing up my phone Saturday afternoon. Brett, I'm so sorry. I just found out what's happening. Cassie made me promise not to tell you, but this is wrong. She sent me screenshots of her conversation with Cassie from 2 weeks ago. Cassie, I'm finally gonna do it, going away with Jordan next weekend. What about Brett? I'll tell him it's a girls' trip. He's too trusting to check. This is wrong. I deserve to be happy. Brett's boring. Jordan makes me feel alive again. Then divorce him first. I will, after I'm sure about Jordan. I'm not giving up my security for nothing. Security, that's what I was. A safety net while she test drove her ex. I went to the bank that Saturday, withdrew exactly half of our savings and put it in a new account only I could access. Canceled the credit card she took with her. It was in my name. She was just an authorized user. Changed the passwords on all our streaming services. Called our car insurance and removed her vehicle, which was in my name but she drove. Then I did the petty stuff. Changed our Wi-Fi password. Canceled her gym membership. Removed her from my Prime account. Even canceled the flower delivery I'd scheduled for her birthday next month. Saturday night, I get a call from an unknown number. It's Cassie, crying. My card got declined. I'm stuck at a restaurant and can't pay. That's weird, I said calmly. Must be a technical issue. Can you call the bank? I'm sure Jordan can cover it. He's right there with you, right? Silence. How did you enjoy your girls' trip, Cassie? I hung up. She called 18 times after that. I didn't answer once. Update 2 Sunday evening, Cassie came home. But not alone. She brought Jordan with her. I guess for support, or maybe she thought I'd be less likely to make a scene with him there. She walked in like nothing happened. Hey babe, we need to talk. We sure do, I said, not looking up from my laptop where I was apartment hunting. Jordan stood there trying to look tough. Dude's 5'8" and weighs maybe 150 pounds soaking wet. Listen man, nothing happened. We're just friends. Friends who book romantic packages at lake houses? Cassie's face went white. You spied on me? No, you posted it all over Facebook, after blocking me from seeing it, of course. That's an invasion of privacy, like lying about who you're vacationing with. She tried a different approach. Started crying. You don't understand, I was confused. Jordan and I have history, and I needed to know if there were still feelings there. And? There aren't. I swear, we didn't even do anything. Jordan looked at her like she'd slapped him. What? Cass, we literally shut up Jordan, but Jordan, bless his stupid heart, kept talking. You said you were leaving him. You said this weekend was the beginning of our new life together. I actually laughed. Wow, you couldn't even keep your story straight for 5 minutes. Cassie turned on Jordan. Why would you say that? Because it's true. You said he was boring. You said our connection was... Get out, she screamed at him. Jordan looked between us, confused. But, my car's at my place. You drove us here. Then walk. He left, but not before saying, you're crazy. He deserves better. Once he was gone, Cassie tried another strategy. Okay, I messed up, but this is partly your fault too. My fault? You're always working. You never want to do anything spontaneous. When's the last time you surprised me with a romantic getaway? You mean like the anniversary trip I planned last month that you canceled because Jordan had tickets to a concert? She actually had the audacity to look shocked that I'd connected those dots. That was different. You're right. That time you just lied about having to work late. This time you created an elaborate scheme involving fake spa trips. She saw the boxes I'd been packing and panicked. What are you doing? Packing your stuff. You can't kick me out. This is my home too. Actually, it's not. This is my apartment from before we got married. You're not on the lease. But don't worry, I'm sure Jordan will let you stay with him. Oh, wait, he lives with 3 roommates in a studio apartment. The entitlement came out in full force then. You can't do this. I have rights. I'll take everything in the divorce. What are you gonna take? The couch I bought? The TV I paid for? The car that's in my name? Your best bet is to ask for alimony, but good luck explaining to a judge why you need support when you spent the weekend with another man. She tried everything over the next few hours. Threatening to tell my family I was abusive, I showed her the recording app on my phone that had been running since she walked in. Claiming she was pregnant, miraculous since she'd had her period literally the week before. Saying Jordan had manipulated her. Poor Jordan, thrown under the bus so fast. Threatening to ruin my reputation at work. My boss already knew everything because I'd had to leave early on Friday to deal with this. Finally, around midnight, she called her mom. I could hear her mom's response through the phone. You did what? With Jordan? That boy who cheated on you in high school? Are you stupid? Even her mom wasn't on her side. Update 3. Cassie stayed with her parents that first night. But Monday morning, she came back with reinforcements. Her mom, Deb, and her dad, Carl. Carl tried to do the tough guy routine. You're gonna let her back in this house right now. No, I wasn't asking. And I wasn't negotiating. She cheated. She's gone. Deb tried the guilt approach. She's having a mental health crisis. You can't abandon her when she's sick. Lying and cheating isn't a mental illness, Deb. It's a choice. Everyone makes mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. This was a calculated plan. I have the screenshots. I showed them everything. The texts, the Facebook posts, the messages to Tanya about keeping me as security. Carl's face got redder with each image. Finally, he turned to Cassie. You told us he was controlling and paranoid. He is. Look what he did. He went through my private messages. After you told him you were on a girls' trip that didn't exist. Even her parents were done with her BS. But Cassie wasn't giving up. Tuesday, she showed up at my work, made a whole scene in the lobby about how I was financially abusing her by cutting off her credit cards. Security escorted her out. My company has a zero-tolerance policy for disruption, and she'd just earned herself a ban from the building. Wednesday, she tried a new approach, had Jordan call me to apologize and offer to make things right. Brett, man, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was married when we reconnected. She was wearing a wedding ring, Jordan. I didn't know it was serious. It's marriage. Look, just take her back, okay? She's been blowing up my phone, showing up at my work, threatening to call my mom. She's crazy, dude. That sounds like a you problem now. Come on, bros before, you know? We're not bros. You slept with my wife. Technically, we didn't sleep together. Jordan, she literally posted a picture of breakfast in bed. Okay, but only twice. I hung up. Thursday, I got served with divorce papers. Cassie was going for the jugular, claiming emotional abuse, financial manipulation, and demanding half of everything plus alimony. Her lawyer had clearly taken the case before reviewing the evidence. Final update. The divorce mediation was yesterday. Cassie showed up dressed like she was going to a funeral, presumably trying to look like a victim. Jordan was there too, for some reason, sitting in the waiting room like a lost puppy. Her lawyer started strong, talking about how I'd financially imprisoned her and isolated her from friends. My lawyer, Denise, absolute legend, calmly presented the screenshots of Cassie planning the deception. The Facebook posts from the weekend, the credit card statements showing she'd spent $3,000 on Jordan in the last 2 months. Text messages where she called me boring but reliable and her safety net. The rental agreement for the lake house with the romantic package. Her lawyer asked for a recess. When they came back, his entire approach had changed. My client is willing to walk away with just her personal belongings and the car. The car that's in my client's name? Denise asked. She's been the primary driver for 2 years, while my client paid for insurance, maintenance, and the loan. In the end, Cassie got her clothes and personal items, her jewelry that she bought herself. The blender she insisted was a family heirloom. It was from Target. $2,000 as a gesture of goodwill, basically to make her go away. She had to pay me back for the credit card charges related to Jordan. Outside the mediator's office, Cassie made one last attempt. Brett, please, we had 7 years together. Doesn't that mean anything? It meant everything, until you decided it meant nothing. I made one mistake. No, you made dozens of choices. Every text to Jordan was a choice. Every lie about the girls' trip was a choice. Every moment you spent in that lake house was a choice. Jordan, who'd been silent, finally spoke up. Cass, let's just go. You said you don't love him anyway. She spun on him. I never said that. You literally said it an hour ago in the car. They argued all the way to the parking lot. Last I saw, she was screaming at him about how this was all his fault for not being able to keep his mouth shut. Paige texted me last night. Cassie's been calling everyone, trying to borrow money. Mom and Dad won't help her. She's saying you stole her life. Also, Jordan dumped her because she kept calling him at 3 a.m. crying about you. The best part? Tanya sent me a screenshot from Cassie's Instagram story. Sometimes you have to lose everything to find yourself. Tash New Beginnings blessed, with a selfie where she'd clearly been crying. Someone commented, didn't you just post about a romantic weekend with your favorite person? She deleted her entire Instagram an hour later. As for me, I'm doing okay. The apartment feels weird without her, not gonna lie. 7 years is a long time, but you know what feels weirder? Realizing the person you loved never actually existed. The Cassie I married wouldn't have done this. But maybe that Cassie was just another lie. I'm seeing a therapist next week. Not because I'm devastated, but because I want to understand how I missed the signs. How I became someone's safety net without realizing it. My buddy asked if I regret not fighting for the marriage. Fight for what? I told him. For someone who was already gone? For a relationship where I was plan B? For the privilege of being someone's boring but reliable backup plan? Nah, I'm good. To everyone saying I was too harsh, she made her choices. I just gave her the freedom to live with them. To everyone saying I should have tried counseling, you can't counsel someone out of entitlement. She didn't think she made a mistake. She thought she deserved to have her cake and eat it too. The only thing she regrets is getting caught. Update to the update. Cassie's mom Deb called me yesterday to apologize. Turns out Cassie had been telling them for months that I was controlling and possibly abusive. She'd been setting up a narrative where she was the victim. Deb said if she'd known the truth, she never would have supported Cassie's girls' trip. She also mentioned that Cassie had done something similar to her high school boyfriend before Jordan, convinced everyone he was terrible, then they caught her with another guy. Pattern of behavior, apparently. Jordan's mom also reached out on Facebook to apologize for her son's behavior. Apparently, Cassie had told Jordan we were basically separated and just living together for financial reasons. He's an idiot for believing it, but at least that explains his confusion when I confronted them. The universe has a sense of humor, though. You know who reached out yesterday? My ex from college, Emma. Not to get back together or anything drama-filled. Just saw my relationship status change and wanted to check if I was okay. We grabbed coffee. She's married now, 2 kids, seems genuinely happy. She said something that stuck with me. You always saw the best in people, even when they showed you who they really were. Don't let Cassie change that about you. Just maybe add some verification next time. Fair point, Emma. Fair point. Cool, cool. Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, the divorce is final as of this morning. Fastest dissolution ever, according to my lawyer. When both parties want out and there's evidence of infidelity, things move quick. Edit 2. Stop DMing me Cassie's social media. I don't care what she's doing now. That chapter's closed. Edit 3. To the person who said this sounds fake because no one would be that stupid. My dude, people post their crimes on TikTok. Yes, people are exactly that stupid.